This is a hat. We had a discussion earlier, and she wears it well, doesn't she?
Yes.
This is Pikes Peak Arts Council. Eve Tilley.
This is my church lady hat. Now I gotta find my glasses. In the interest of full disclosure, I must give credit for this tribute, the words of this tribute, not only to the excellent research done by the PPAC volunteer who sent me the original facts, but also to shamelessly lifting copy from writers Mark Arnest, Rosemary Harris, Tanya Bell, and Dick Foster. And here is my tribute. Peggy Houston Shivers is not just another pretty face. As a teenager growing up in Portland, Oregon, an arts patron happened to hear her singing at a community event. She asked who I was studying with. Well, I wasn't studying with anyone. I hadn't even thought about it. So she contacted a voice teacher who listened to me and decided to take me as a student, said Peggy. Thus, Peggy began formal studies in vocal music with Bruce and Paula Marvin at the Marvin Studio of Voice in Portland, Oregon. She went on to graduate from Portland State University where, although very active in the music department, she received a degree in education. She later earned a master's degree in guidance and counseling from the Ball State University in Muncie, Indiana. At Portland State University, Ms. Shivers represented the institution on many occasions throughout the Pacific Northwest. She was the soprano in the university's touring company, soloist with the choir, and participant in many stage productions. She sang with a variety of Portland area civic groups, including the Portland Summer Opera Series and Holiday Bowl productions. She was the guest soloist for the Portland Junior Symphony and was honored by an invitation from Marian Anderson to participate in the annual Marian Anderson Awards recital. After moving to San Francisco, Ms. Shivers sang the lead role in the San Francisco Opera Ring's production of Lost in the Stars, a role for which she received wide acclaim. She was the permanent soloist with the San Francisco Concert Choir and was selected by Duke Ellington to perform as the featured soloist in his Sacred Concert II in San Francisco's Grace Cathedral. So she is a professional of great quality. It is hard to talk about Peggy and her influence on the arts in Colorado Springs without also mentioning her late husband, Clarence Lodrick Shivers. They met in 1966 through her brother, who was stationed with him at Vandenberg Air Force Base in California. Clarence had joined the Army in 1943 and was sent to train with the Tuskegee Airmen, but he completed flight school too late to join the squadron, which was already flying combat missions over Europe. The war ended just as he was getting ready to go over to Italy, so he returned to college and graduated with honors with a degree in fine arts from Bradley University in Peoria, Illinois. He was teaching at Jackson State College in Mississippi when war again intervened and he was called back into the Air Force. He served as an instructor pilot through the Korean War and retired in 1969, at which time the couple moved to Spain, where they lived for 10 years. In Spain, Clarence continued his painting, but also sang, played piano and trumpet, and won an award in an international competition for one of his own compositions that he performed. Peggy was one of 60 artists invited to study at the Escuela Superior de Canto, a conservatory for singers in Madrid, where she took classes with the best teachers Spain had to offer. She was awarded the roles of, I don't know if I'm going to get this one right or not, because it's Italian, Fiora di Ligi. Close? In the opera Cosi fan tutti, I can say that. And Dido in Dido and Aeneas. In addition to her concert schedule, she performed on Spanish television and was a regular performer on the National Radio Network. Among Ms. Shivers' most remarkable moments was performing as a featured soloist during the United States bicentennial celebration in Madrid and being presented in concert at the United States Cultural Center under the auspices of the United States Embassy. Meanwhile, the Shivers routinely returned to the U.S. to attend the Tuskegee Airmen reunions and finally decided to move to Colorado Springs in 1979. At a Tuskegee Airmen chapter meeting in the 1980s, the group decided to create a bronze statue to pay tribute to their members. The life-size bronze statue of an African American in a World War II pilot's uniform honoring the Tuskegee Airmen, the first black fighter pilots ever to fly for the U.S., stands in the Honored Court near the Air Force Academy Chapel. It was created by Clarence Shivers and was his first attempt at a large sculpture. If you know anything about bronze sculptures, you will know what an accomplishment it was. In the mid-80s, possibly while doing research for this sculpture, Clarence Shivers went looking for books on Black history and the African American experience at the library branch in their neighborhood. He was appalled by the slim pickings. He and Peggy talked about it and then decided to do something about it. After several years of organizing and enlisting the help of friends, they sponsored a book benefit in 1993 that raised $2,400 to purchase such titles as John Johnson's Black Biblical Heritage and Maya Angelou's Wouldn't Take Nothing for My Journey Now. 2 years later, on their wedding anniversary, the couple again sponsored a library fundraiser, which they named the Celebration Shedding Light. Given for 4 days over the Thanksgiving weekend, they raised money to purchase books and other materials for the library, as well as fund the Shivers African American Historical and Cultural Endowment. This is why we need Clarence in here, too. For many, this has become a must-do occasion, with people traveling from all over for the gathering. Quote, "I handle this event like I handle my home. Plenty of good food and drink and a good time," she says. Alas, I have heard this will be the final year for the Thanksgiving celebration, but a run of 20 years is nothing to sneeze at when you consider the couple intended to do it just the one time. Shivers' activism started with literature, trying to buy books. Still, you can buy only so many books, which is why the celebration alternates with the Shivers Celebration Concert Series, featuring talented Black artists from around the country and offering fun, interactive music workshops to young people, shifting its focus to classical music, her first artistic love. This addressed another need, Peggy Shivers said. Quote, "The community should see African Americans doing more than playing baseball and singing rap music. We don't want this to stop with us," Peggy Shivers explains. "The people who produce popular music have done a good job of getting it to our young people," she says. "But there is more to music than rap and R&B. The people who treasure the classics. We've got to do a better job of providing a choice. We've got to do a better job of discovering and nurturing young talent. Perhaps there is a child out there who is like I was, talented, hungry to learn. We hope this series will identify those young people and help them realize their potential. And it just might identify young performers who need mentoring and financial support to realize their talent." Marteel Rowland, an advisor for the series of one of the West's most gifted mezzo-sopranos, said about Peggy, "Some people look around, see a need, and they say, somebody should do something about this. Miss Peggy sees a need and says, I will do something about this. When it comes to activism and the arts, she is an icon." Along the way, the series, she hopes, will bolster the local arts. And I have a litany of organizations that Ms. Shivers has belonged to over the years. As an active community member, Ms. Shivers has served on many boards since moving to Colorado Springs, including NAACP, Urban League, United Way, Colorado Springs Symphony, Colorado Springs Dance Theater, Colorado Opera Festival, where she served as president, and the Pikes Peak Library District Foundation. She has also served on the Business and Community Alliance Board at Colorado College, the College of Education Advisory Board at the University of Colorado, Colorado Springs, the Colorado Festival of World Theater Board, and the Pikes Peak Opera League Board. She's a member of the People's United Methodist Church, Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority, a life member of the AANCP, the Urban League, and the Colorado Springs Black Chamber of Commerce. This is a quote from Rosemary Harris. "The world needs to see us performing all kinds of music, great music. That's what Peggy Shivers does. She opens the door of the arts and culture and invites the whole world in." Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to present the Pikes Peak Arts Council Lifetime Achievement Award for 2013 to not just another pretty face mezzo-soprano teacher, guidance counselor to us all, arts activist, visionary, community creator, party girl, elegant woman, and lady of the first order, and one of my favorite people, Peggy Houston.
This is really and truly a special honor. I am so proud and so happy and surprised. I would like to add a couple of things to the wonderful introduction that she made. I was the soprano for the Portland State touring company, but you know who the pianist was? Lawrence Layton Smith. So I had known Larry for years and years and years. And the other thing, a correction I'd like to make, is that we don't only present African Americans, we are an equal opportunity concert series. We love everybody. And we will be having a 5-day event. Something's going wrong with my voice. We will be having a 5-day event over the Thanksgiving holidays, and all of you are invited. We have wonderful, wonderful, wonderful guest artists. But I do want to thank the Pikes Peak Arts Center, Arts Council for this wonderful tribute. I really, really appreciate it. Oh, thank you so much. Excuse me. I couldn't believe it when I was told that I would receive this honor. It is greatly appreciated. Everything that I do because I love it. The arts is just a passion in my life, and you don't do it for being acknowledged and being given awards, but by golly, it sure feels good when you get one. Thank you so much. I'm really honored.
And the most important part, the envelope.